Would you say that the Treasury Board President has been able to give this audit her full attention?
So I am responsible for the internal audit function within the Government of Canada.
But the Treasury Board President herself, would you say she's been available and present to give this audit her full attention?
So usually those internal audits will be the responsibility of the Deputy Minister.
But certainly the Deputy Minister interacts with the President of the Treasury Board regarding these important issues such as the spending of taxpayer dollars. Would you say that the Treasury Board President has been less available? Less access? Have you had less access to her lately?
No, I would not say she was less available for that kind of challenges or that kind of reports. I am responsible again for the internal audit function. This is up to me.
Well, it's the Treasury Board President who is ultimately responsible. And as I'm sure you're aware, she's taken on another ministry. And so it's just very concerning to me that she's being spread too thin. She's not able to give this audit her full attention, the oversight of taxpayer dollars, her full attention. We kind of have a part-time president of the Treasury Board right now, given that she's managing these two files. I certainly was shadow minister for transport during the pandemic, and I can tell you that this is a very taxing file when you're overseeing all of the airlines, the train travel, especially now the shortcomings that we've seen with our critical supply chains. And so I'm very concerned that this evidence we are receiving through this report indicates that we have a minister, a president of the Treasury Board, who is not able to give her entire attention to the oversight of taxpayer dollars. What would you say to that, please?
I am not concerned. I meet with the president every week because, as you mentioned, she's the president of the Treasury Board. They meet every Thursday morning, and before every meeting, we have a briefing with her, and we have her full attention, and we have great discussions about the files that will be presented on a Thursday morning.
But it would be impossible to have her full attention because she's giving half of her attention currently to the transport file. Now, I know in 2019, you issued, the Treasury Board issued the further guidelines, and yet we're still getting these lapses we're seeing here through the ECCC audit. You know, a couple of months ago, we received feedback that Global Affairs Canada, through their audit, was also having some problem with the oversight of the distribution of funds. And so I really have to take it again back to the president of the Treasury Board. And so I'm just asking if you believe she's giving her full attention to the oversight of these grants and contributions, if she's been as accessible to you. And I just believe that would be very difficult for her to achieve this, her to do this, given frankly, how thin she's being spread over departments. And as I said, we really seem to have a part-time president right now, given this additional duties that she's been given. So given that we have these lapses through ECC, Global Affairs Canada, despite your issuing of the guidelines in 2019, I'll ask you one more time. Do you really believe that Canadians are getting value for money, that taxpayers are getting value for money?
From my perspective, I have access to the president when I need to, and she is extremely accessible for all the files that I am in charge of.
Right. Again, it's unfortunate because the results that we are seeing through, thank goodness, these audits are indicating that the oversight simply is not there at this time. As I mentioned, she was the president of the Treasury Board, now taken on the Ministry of Transport, which is a very intense file. And then, of course, given the difficult situation of the Prime Minister and the Liberal Party at this time, I'm concerned her efforts are even further diluted by the possibility of her posing a leadership campaign as well. So, I mean, this is really a president president of a Treasury Board who is supposed to have oversight of all the funds of our nation, whose energy is divided, not one way. Running one department, I imagine, would be completely consuming, but is also responsible for the Department of Transport at the same time as possibly posing a leadership bid. It's quite concerning, Mr. Chair. Thank you.